This playthrough is rated T for teen. I believe that there is a cloud for every silver lining. Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare here with the finale of Sherlock Holmes and the Secret of the Silver Earring, or the Case of the Silver Earring, or the Silver Earring, or the case of the murder of Mr. Bromsby. Although it should technically the Silver Earring doesn't even make an appearance till the fourth day, and it isn't important till the fifth day. It's almost like a weird MacGuffin, even though no one really knew about it until now. But anyway, we're here at the audience hall, and here we will find everything we need to solve the mystery of the murder of Bromsby and all those surrounding him and his estate. So let's see what's going on with this place and why is it so important.
This might be interesting.
Oh yeah, last episode we finished day 4 and gathered quite a bit of clues. Went to like an abbey, got some liquor, talked to some people. Just a bunch of, went back to Sherringford Hall. Got talked to Lavinia about some information about the lady on the poster, which is why we're here. So, But anyway, let's explore the Aston Theatre, which is where we're at right now. After its triumphant tour on 3 continents, Fairfax Theatre Company is pleased to present the exclusive world premiere of Vagrancy and Profligacy. Profligacy? Is that it? Huh. By S. Prescott, with Carol Small and Rayleigh Wilcox, staged by the author, company director Dwight Richards. Yeah, we heard he was threatening Mr. Grimble, so let's see what that's all about. Come, Watson, to the show!
Aston's Theatre. Here we are.
Yeah, surprised we're like pretty much here at the end of the game almost, so... Seems kind of abrupt when you think about it, but yeah, these games usually take anywhere from like 2 to 5 hours, depending on how good you are at the puzzles and stuff like that, so... Yeah, you could go back outside, check out all the nice art. So let's talk to... You want to say anything, mister? Okay, I don't know why his portrait to talk is, like, being weird.
We are not open to the public yet, gentlemen. Oh, bless my soul. I can hardly believe my eyes. It is the young Sherlock Holmes, isn't it?
Watson, allow me to present Philotomy Kirby, who in his day was one of the last great hopes of the popular stage. He also took great pains to advance my comprehension of the many subtleties of the theatrical arts.
So he can still prattle away. Don't listen to him. This is the most talented student I've ever met, upon my word, as an actor. But those days are past. So, am I speaking to the former actor or the world-renowned detective today?
I guess that's why, Sherlock is good at, like, impersonating people and stuff like that, or pretending to be other people because he was an actor at one point, so... But anyway, apparently this is another guy Sherlock met over his journey. Yeah, that happens a lot in his stories. Well, he'll just run into people he's met, whether from actual stories or he just says he did, so I guess he's very well known.
Tell me, what do you know about the Fairfax Theatre troupe?
2 months ago, they returned from an international tour. Richards, their director, had managed to secure the necessary funds to buy back Aston's. It seems he had finally resolved his troubles.
Really?
He was in some kind of trouble.
Oh, it's always the same with those tours abroad. Your star actress marries an emir. Another time, the entire troupe has their luggage stolen. Anything is possible, and whatever occurs is usually nothing good. But who would have imagined such a tragedy?
Everything's a tragedy. What do you mean?
What's tragedy?
Their last tour started about 3 years ago. At that time, the troupe was housed at the Fairfax Theatre. But a series of failures forced the owners to sell it at a substantial loss. The owners were 3 individuals: Dwight Richards, their current director, Miss Davenport, their star actress and the mistress of Richards, and lastly, a young actor, costumier, makeup man called Jeffries. They decided, after the sale, to launch an international tour in order to raise funds.
Their success was assured?
Yes, the fame of English theatre is worldwide. During their travels, Jeffries and Miss Davenport developed a close relationship, which was much to the regret of the hot-headed Richards. He is a gypsy by birth. No one can be more possessive and quick-tempered than a gypsy.
Pray continue.
In short, a dark tragedy occurred in a village in Latin America, located not far from the Amazon. One evening, after their performance, someone noticed that Miss Davenport and Jeffries had gone missing. The local authorities were notified, and the alarm was raised.
Oh. Wow, so they just disappear? Were they, like, kidnapped or something like that? That can happen in those type of countries.
And Richards?
Richards was implicated in some manner, it seems to me. However, there was no proof of his involvement, and no bodies were ever found.
What a strange case.
If you need more details, you should ask the actors. As you may observe, they are rarely able to hold their tongues.
Just like in real life.
I will see you later, Kirby.
Yes, it was good seeing you again.
Alright, Kirby. Suck up some ability so I can use it to solve this case. Or not. But anyway, let's talk to the people inside of this place. So it seems like 2 people disappeared and the bodies were never found. I mean, it was in the middle of Latin America near the rainforest. They could dump a body there. Maybe Richards killed him. It's hard to say.
Hello, young man. What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm sorry. You startled me. I'm looking at her. Her. Are you from the press? Of course you are. You must be here to interview her. Ah, the play is wonderful, and Miss Caroline will surely shine. If only my father could have seen this day.
Alright, stop simping, dude. It's fine.
Your father?
Yes, I am Bruce Aston, and my father was Clyde Aston, the former owner of the theatre. It may have fallen into some disrepair, but during its time it was well loved by so many. A host of young actors debuted on that venerated stage. Why, it was at this very spot where Mr. Richards first met Miss Davenport.
Yeah, Miss Davenport's the picture of that one lady that Lavinia has, so...
Have you ever heard of the Fairfax Theatre?
It is the theatre which was demolished. It seems to me that it had been owned by Mr. Richards together with Miss Davenport and a friend of theirs. They left on an extended tour, but I think it went badly for them. After his return, Mr. Richards bought the theatre back from the bank, and I do hope his good fortune will continue.
Well, we can hope.
With the talented Miss Caroline, I think anything is possible, and the building is still solid and comfortable. Though the bank took over the theatre, they left the keys. From time to time, I would do what I could to tidy up a bit or see to a broken window.
Oh, you're a very useful young man, I guess.
Are you a part of the troupe?
Yes. When Mr. Richards noticed how I had worked to keep the place up, he hired me. I helped Mr. Kirby a little, and also Mr. Trumpet backstage.
Good for you.
Goodbye, young man.
Goodbye, sir.
Yeah, quit staring at the lady. Ladies don't mind being admired, but if you stare too much, you're going to bore a hole through her. Alright, who's this dapper fella?
Excuse me. May I ask you some questions?
Naturally, I'm listening to you.
Ah, yes. A dapper fellow indeed.
You are rehearsing at the moment, aren't you?
Yes, we are in rehearsal for the play we are to perform at the month end. Are you critics or reporters? As you know, we just came back from an extended tour. We were a triumph everywhere we performed.
Oh, good.
Tell us about this international tour.
We performed in France, in Switzerland, and even for an Arab prince. We were met with acclaim at every stop. If tragedy had not occurred, we were to appear next in New York. But fate had other plans for us.
New York is a heck of a town.
What sort of tragedy?
Oh, surely you must have heard about it. All because of those in our company who assumed the right to reveal every distasteful and intimate detail of a most tragic event. Anything to gain publicity for themselves. It is positively scandalous. But even a professional actor such as myself respects the privileges of the press and the public's right to know.
Your sensitivity honors you.
Please, continue your story.
The event took place in a most sordid place in Brazil named Guacamole or Babiamo or something like that. I still can't stop asking myself what we were doing there in the first place. But to be brief, our talented costumier, Mr. Jeffries, had been having a tete-a-tete with the beautiful Miss Davenport. Unfortunately, she was still very much the mistress of our director, Mr. Richards. I tell you, the tension was unbearable.
Really?
In the view of a professional, they were the worst hours of my life. Miss Davenport was spending the whole day closeted in her room. Mr. Jeffries trembled so uncontrollably that he was unable to do our makeup. Mr. Richards stepped in, and I must say, he was a pitiful substitute. May you never be so ill-fortuned as to have your face in his large, hairy hands.
Yeah, I don't like being touched in general, let alone big, huge, hairy hands doing it.
And then?
Our first performance in that town was naturally well received. That very night, a tragedy took place. Mr. Jeffries and Miss Davenport went missing not long after the performance ended. It was impossible to find them. Then we heard that Mr. Richards was arrested on suspicion of murder regarding Miss Davenport and Mr. Jeffries. We were outraged and most indignant. Some entertained thoughts that we would never leave that godforsaken place.
How was the matter resolved?
Fortunately for Mr. Richards and all of us, the prison warden and the local chief of police was an Englishman. Lacking direct evidence or even a corpse, the accusations against Mr. Richards could not stand. He was set free on the spot. I think that had it not been for the intervention of that young expatriate, we might have been stranded in that Amazonian swamp for all eternity.
Yeah, have you ever been to the rainforest? Yeah, it's, yeah, we gotta save it and all that, but I wouldn't live there. But, interesting. Good thing you say, I guess colonization sometimes is a good thing, because you were saved by your own brethren, so you could get out of there.
Well, thank you for your assistance.
That's all right. Don't hesitate to seek my help.
Yeah, he's a very pleasant and happy fellow, if you know what I mean.
Don't listen to that milk toast. He gets positively weak in the knees over redheads. A policeman is just a policeman. That's it. If Richards isn't in jail, it's only because he had nothing to do there.
Sure, lady. Oh yeah, this guy never introduces himself, but if you look at the dialogues, his name's Relay Wilcox, I believe. But we can check that out later.
We were talking about the tragedy which occurred during your previous tour, and...
You aren't the press, are you? No. In my opinion, you seem more like policemen. Well, listen closely, inspectors. Miss Davenport was nothing more than an aging woman who adored seeing all the men at her feet.
What? Don't you mean...
She toyed with both Richards and Jeffries like two little puppets. Dwight Richards is quick-tempered, but he wouldn't harm a hair on her head. And if you are eager to be so helpful, please, find my red-haired wig.
Man, this lady was probably jealous of Miss Davenport. It sounds like very catty.
We must continue our investigation.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, she didn't really add much. Let's talk to the dancer up there.
Hello, miss. I'm sorry for disturbing you.
Oh, you are welcome.
Or not the dancer, actor or whatever, actress.
Are you rehearsing the new play?
Yes, we are hard at work. Excuse me, did I just hear Mr. Kirby calling you Holmes? Is it really possible that you were the great detective, Sherlock Holmes, and you were Dr. Watson?
Oh, you've heard of us.
I'm investigating the facts of the terrible events that occurred during the company's last tour.
Oh, I see. You were interested in that case. It's still a complete mystery, even for those who were there.
Yeah, conveniently so.
Tell us about Miss Davenport.
She was fabulous and positively mesmerised men. She confessed to me that she had been indiscreet with our costumier, Jeffries. She had left Richards before, but she always came back to him. She said he understood her completely without her even saying a word.
Until that last time.
Yeah, she'd been playing the field. She always had her sugar daddy to come back to. I know that's cruel to say, but, you know.
Forgive an admiring expert, but your earring is absolutely magnificent.
Oh, that was a gift from Veronica. She got it along with 2 other matching earrings and a small jewel case. She gave me this one, another to Doris, and kept the most beautiful for herself. Veronica insisted on cleansing it herself weekly with a special cleanser. It was remarkable and kept the earring all sparkling like stars. And when I saw her last, Veronica was wearing her earring. She never parted with it.
But yeah, we found a silver earring, so, and that might be possibly hers, but she's got one too, so matching set, what did you say, of 3 or whatever it was? So, huh.
Where can we find Doris?
She must be in her dressing room.
Oh, okay. Well, that was quick.
Goodbye, miss, and thanks.
You're welcome, Mr. Holmes.
So Miss Davenport, you and this other lady have silver earrings, huh? Interesting. That one, the fact that we found that one, so, at the pawn shop. Whoa! Okay, this lady's out cold. Oh, she's been drinking, so, well, it's 3 o'clock somewhere, am I right?
Pardon?
Why can people not allow actors their peace and quiet? They walk through here as if it were a common thoroughfare. Nothing strange about that. They still haven't bothered to change the locks. Anyone can enter at will and abuse me. Me, who in the 50s, I was rather good actually. Did you see me? With the best, me. And they just treat me and, oh.
Yeah, she's out of it, that's for sure.
Are you rehearsing?
Everyone has his own technique. Cheers.
Cheers indeed.
Miss Small told you about your earring. Would you mind showing it to us?
It can't be sold. Do you think that actors have no heart? I would prefer dying of thirst than parting with it. My friend, my best friend Veronica, who I love like my own daughter, she gave it to me. My little Veronica. She...
Ah, she's a sad drunk. Yeah, there's the angry drunk, the sad drunk, the happy drunk, and just the quiet drunk.
Do you know what has happened to your friend?
Left. She left with that Jeffries. Oh, I know what they say. That Richards murdered them both. Why not? He did everything for them. Everything. She was naught but a common flower girl. And that Jeffries was a mere servant. He made them actors. Yes, actors. Yes.
That took forever to go from, like, to hear her snores and mixing up the dialogue about that, so.
Oh, we'd better leave you to your
Out! I need to concentrate.
Yeah, concentrate on your beer, or the red wine or whatever, so. Yeah, this is a nice little costume area. Look at that. Just all the little details in the background, so. Alright, well anyway, let's go through the other door over here. I believe this is the door to leave, so. Okay.
We're in the backstage area.
Alright, so let's see what else is back there so we can go back in there. Looks like there's someone over here. Must be a guy who maybe works on the sets and stuff like that, so. Hello, sir. Don't be drunk like the one lady. Veronica.
May I ask
not
you
Veronica.
a few questions?
It all depends on what you're asking.
Well, I'm asking you. I've got the gun here. Oh wait, no, we don't. Watson has the gun.
What are you doing?
My job, my lord. I'm making this jumble look a bit neater.
Oh, good for you.
Could you tell me what happened in Brazil?
Yes, my lord, I was there when it happened. But Mr. Richards takes it very personally if we chat about those times, and I won't risk my position without some consideration, if you get my meaning.
Ah, I see. And that is...
Here's 5 guineas. How's that?
Oh, Lord, you're too kind. I don't really know much of what happened. You see, I was alone at a tavern that night, and I was, as one could say, very fond of the local alcohol. When I returned to our lodgings, I learned that the actress and the costumier had taken to their heels.
And what did you do then?
I made my way to the inn with all haste to learn what they'd taken in their sudden departure. You must understand my position. I was solely responsible for the security of the luggage and troupe properties. Can you then imagine my surprise when I saw that nothing was missing? Absolutely nothing. They hadn't even taken their personal items. I can understand that of a man like Jeffries, but it was most unusual for a lady such as Miss Veronica. So the idea came to me that perhaps they hadn't truly left, you see.
Huh. Interesting idea.
And what of Dwight Richards?
I learned that Mr. Richards had been seized by the local authorities. It seemed he was under suspicion for the murder of the missing lovers. This was too incredible. And then there's another odd thing that weighs on my mind. When we finally returned to England, Mr. Richards asked me to do him a small personal service. What was strange was that he insisted I keep the matter confidential and not breathe a word of it to anyone.
What kind of service?
Well, there's a small room with an iron door located above the backstage. It was used to store the stage lights and fireworks. He asked me to help him move all of Miss Veronica's personal belongings to the room. Every little thing, without exception. Her large trunk, her dresses, all of it.
That's interesting. Why, though?
Where is this room?
The end of the passage. But there is one difficulty. You see, Mr. Richards has the only key to the room's iron door, because only he has a complete set of keys to this building.
Huh. We'll have to ask him about that.
Goodbye, my friend.
My respects, my lord.
Alright, let's head back really quick. There's more to check here, but I wanted to get that, so let's go back to that one lady's room and go this way instead. Probably should have done this way first, but oh well, whatever. Now looks like it's a hallway. Bunch of actors in their pictures here. Let's go through this door here.
What chaos!
Yeah, whose room is this? Oh.
Through the flying dragons of the Virgin Islands, the land of gargantuan man-eating crabs, love in the heart of the Black Desert. This author seems to be particularly inept.
Yeah, I don't know why this room, for some reason, just switches to Watson. There's no reason for it, but it does. Yeah, it's weird. Okay, we took the letter. Let's check that out. Yeah, this is one of the weirdest things in the game. Well, this thing has a lot of weird choices, but all of a sudden it's just, we play as Watson. Okay.
A set of costumes. There are 30 listed.
30 listed, huh? Let's take a look at those. Or not. But it said there's 30 listed, so let's see. I thought it was, thought it'd be here. Well, it says 30 are listed, so we just need to be aware of that, so, alright. Oh, wait, I already clicked on that, didn't I?
Through the flying dragons of the Virgin Islands, the land of gargantuan man-eating crabs, love in the heart of the Black Desert. This author seems to be particularly inept.
Inept, well, like modern writers, am I right? So, let's try over here at the costumes.
But I count only 29. Yes, the artillery officer uniform is missing.
Wait a minute, didn't we find like a while back a missing button, or a button from in the Sherringford Hall? Just a random button for some weird reason? Was it from one of these costumes? Interesting. So, alright. Yeah, so there is a connection here. Well, anyway, let's read the room. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, this is a weird situation where it's just like, okay, let's play as Watson for a second. I mean, I don't mind play as Watson. It's just there was no like story implication or why we swapped him. There's I think that's a famous picture. I think, or based off a famous picture there. But anyway.
Who is it? Mr. Richards. My name is Sherlock Holmes. You may put away your knife. Rest assured, I am indeed Sherlock Holmes. Thank you for receiving us, Mr. Richards. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I will answer your questions, Mr. Holmes, only because I have heard about you.
Apparently he threatened us with a knife that we didn't even see.
Would you tell me about Sir Bromsby?
I will not lie to you, I hated Bromsby. He is the cause of all my troubles, I swear. I have often dreamed of killing Bromsby with my own 2 hands, but I didn't kill him.
Seems legit, right?
Do you know an Asian named Wang Jie?
What would he be doing there? Well, in the days of the Fairfax Theatre, I once employed a Chinese fellow who went by that name. However, I was forced to dismiss him because he was a great deal of trouble, and I've never seen him since that time.
Really? Well, I mean, other than threatening us, yeah, it makes sense he'd be a big deal of trouble.
You retain several keys from the Fairfax Theatre, don't you?
Well, I don't understand the purpose of your questions, but yes, there were indeed 2 keys for the Fairfax Theatre main door. When the bank took possession, we gave only one of them to Bromsby's assistant. When asked, we lied and said there was only 1 key.
But why?
Well, we kept the other one out of spite. We had thoughts of returning in the night and wreaking havoc, but we had no opportunity as we left for abroad after the transfer to go on our tour. I suppose the key may have been lost somewhere along our travels.
Nah, nuts. Who else? Who else would know about that? Well, anyway.
About the disappearance of Miss Davenport.
I don't know why you want to talk about it. Does some vile curiosity cause you to torment me in this way?
It'll never leave you until it gets solved, dude.
Thank you, Mr. Richards.
It is nothing, Mr. Holmes.
I should reveal one of my hints.
Yeah, before he leaves. The hint is the earring, so because it belonged to Miss Davenport. That's what we believe.
Oh, this can't be possible. How did you come by this? Dear God, if only someone like yourself had been present that evening.
Oh, okay.
Please tell us what's happened.
That night, after the performance, I left to stroll alone along the riverbank. The next morning, I had barely returned when I was seized by 2 local policemen and led to a prison cell for interrogation.
Why?
When I got there, an Englishman, the local chief of police, told me that a deserted boat had been discovered along the opposite bank of the river. Inside the boat, they found a star covered with blood. It belonged to Veronica, who had vanished, along with my other partner, Jeffries.
And then what happened?
No one could prove my innocence, but they also found no proof of my complicity in these events, nor had they found any bodies.
Usually most stories that straight up tell you that or believe that this guy did it, even though he should have done it. Usually it's not obvious that he didn't actually do it, even though the game wants you like a red herring or all of that.
Tell us a little more about your partners.
I had met Jeffries while on tour. He was just a young tramp drunkard. Whatever my feelings were then, I feel no pity for him now. He betrayed me. But it wasn't the same with Veronica. I fear the pain caused by these events will forever haunt me.
Well, yeah, makes sense. It would haunt me too.
Thank you, Mr. Richards.
It is nothing, Mr. Holmes.
This man is a wonderful actor.
Maybe, Watson. Maybe.
Yeah, Watson thinks he's lying, which would make sense as being an actor, you know. But let's see if we can find that key. So, the only other person that would know about this or know about the key would be someone who related to the original owner of the company, this guy, Bruce.
She is fabulous, isn't she?
Yes, you said that earlier. But anyway.
Do you have a complete set of keys to the theatre?
Oh, yes. Take them. But you will see to their safe return.
Oh, yeah, sure. No.
Goodbye, young man.
Goodbye, sir.
Nah, Watson, or Sherlock Holmes isn't one of those guys, so. Alright, now we can go back to that one guy. I guess I could have saved myself some time if I just going there last, but yeah. Yeah, not as much stuff to click on, really, in this place, surprisingly, so. You'd think there'd be more to interact with or more dialogue from Sherlock, but no, this game surprisingly has very little to actually click on. I guess to prevent, frustration from, like, click on stuff you don't need to, but still. Alright.
Closed.
Alright, we need to use the keys we just got, the all Aston's keys on this thing.
Watson, stay there and inform me if Richards arrives.
All right, Holmes.
Let us see whether we can find other evidence.
Now time to find out if this room has all the secrets that we need to solve this mystery. Yeah, we got ourselves grabbed a box or so. Oh, right, we just actually moved the box, that's right.
A gift from the gods.
Isn't that nectar, though? No, well, depending on the game you play, I guess.
I have no interest in this.
Yeah, I don't know why it allows us to click on this one. There's nothing. I guess the idea is we're moving stuff to figure out what we're trying to find, and so...
Nothing of any interest here.
Yeah, I don't see why he still has us do it, but yeah, I guess...
That is of no use to me.
I think it's just we're just searching for what this was right here, so... Anything else?
I have no interest in this.
I didn't mean to click on that again. I thought I was clicking on this just to interact with it, but... Alright, anyway, this is what we were looking for.
I need something.
Oh, well, if you need something for this, perhaps you could, examine it?
Nice pattern made of encrusted nacre. What does it mean? This lock has never been forced.
So open naturally? Huh, so it needs a key, huh? You don't see any... Yeah, it's a cool design, though. Like, you know, this dragon boat or something like that. A little hook there, the water, palm trees, a desert, and a mountain or something like that. Huh. Wow, that's interesting. I wonder.
I see. To open the safe, I must have the 2 other earrings.
So we need to find 2 earrings to open this thing. So we need the 2 ladies here that also have silver earrings. So we need to go get those. All right, let's go back down. Yeah, Watson. There's no talk to Watson or anything like that. It's just, you know, it just resets. So yeah, oh well. Alright, well thanks for just standing there, Watson, I appreciate that. Yeah, Watson's kind of, the problem I have with this game is Watson's kind of relegated to being an idiot in this game, when in the books he's not quite like that. I mean, you might think of an idiot compared to Sherlock because of the intelligence gap, but Watson's not a dumb person, not really.
I don't know where your wig is.
I cannot take her earring.
But I mean, Watson is a medical doctor for goodness sakes, and he's was in the army. So like, you know, I know it's easier to make your assistant a bumbling idiot to make the main character look better, but you know, I'm just saying. I mean, I don't have a problem with this game. It's just one of the more annoying things that you know, making Watson act like that. So. Oh well.
I should show her one of my hints.
Yeah, I need to show her the...
I should show her one of my hints.
Oh my stars.
Would you mind lending me your earring? I shall give it back to you in a few moments.
Certainly. Maybe you would like to borrow Doris's earring as well. I don't believe she would give it to you, but to me, certainly. If you wait here, I will get it for you.
Alright, there we go. So now we got all the earrings here. So one silver earring that looks like a bird, like a boat, and like a horn or something like that. So, but anyway, that's all we need. I don't think they should not say anything else, dude. No, we can't interact with it. Does anyone else say anyone? You know, I've never actually gone back to talk to people. Usually, you only have to talk to them once.
Yes?
Yeah, so.
Well, thank you for your assistance.
That's all right. Don't hesitate to seek my help.
Yeah, what's the problem, Watson? But anyway, yeah, this is one of those games that really you don't have to talk to people. Usually, everyone you just do things once and that's it. There's no like extra dialogue or whatever. So, all right, let's go back to the secret thing there, and that should give us a. Whoops, no, we need to talk to him. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to click on him.
Would you like anything else, my lord?
Nope, you took my money. Get out of here.
Goodbye, my friend.
My respects, my lord.
A nice Cockney accent like that. All right, don't give me my jam, please. Michael Caine? Anyway, yeah, Michael Caine has this typical Cockney accent or something like that anyway, so, alright.
Closed.
Yeah, we had to use the keys on it again.
Watson, stay there and inform me if Richards arrives.
All right, Holmes.
Alright, let's open this thing up, so. What are the silver earrings? What will they tell us? Alright, let's put the one ring there. This one goes there.
It is elementary.
Alright, what do we got? A picture?
Richards and Miss Davenport standing in front of the old Fairfax Theatre. But who is this third man?
I don't know. Handwritten message. See what that one says. There's the picture. Huh. Yeah, who is that third guy? Perhaps it's Jeffries? But we don't get to see his face. I can't believe that you would take it all back. Everything could not be finished between us. Let us meet again, I beg you. Perhaps Richards to, or perhaps Miss Davenport to Richards? Maybe.
Descriptions of exotic landscapes. Nothing of interest.
Well, well, gentlemen, you arrive at precisely the right moment.
Is your good mood a sign that you have found something of interest?
Absolutely, Holmes. It seems to me I caught the right end this time.
What? Really?
We learned about it only by chance. It appears that at 1 o'clock this morning, Grimble arranged for his solicitors to send his demands to the court for the appropriation of Bromsby Enterprises. My men will spare nothing in their search for the elusive Grimble.
Lestrade, pray, continue.
Then I followed your advice and we advanced further into our investigation of Mr. Richards. Did you know that his true name is Gaetano Riccardino? As this, Mr. Riccardino, at age 19, he was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment for armed robbery of a fair store. And who would you think the complainant was in this case? In truth, a certain Melvin Bromsby. This new evidence of his criminal past makes him another principal suspect in these murders.
Very interesting. Any other findings?
It would seem that Grimble and Richards are old associates. They were both intimately involved in the sale and transfer of the Fairfax Theatre. These two make quite a pair, don't you agree?
Well, Lestrade, I'll keep my thoughts on these matters secret for the moment.
Bah, you're not playing according to Hoyle. Really, Holmes, you must at least tell me your opinions on Richards.
Mr. Richards is an intelligent person. He is a man of great personal resources. If I had the power of Scotland Yard at my disposal, I would take all steps necessary to ensure that Mr. Richards is secure within a prison cell. And the sooner the better for all concerned. When the case involves murder, it is not wise to underestimate any possibilities.
You are a good man, Holmes. I swear upon my name that within the space of an hour our friend Mr. Richards will be warming a cold cell at Dartmoor.
Very well, my friend. By the way, I would like to see you tomorrow at Sherringford Hall to discuss in greater detail some of the more puzzling elements of this case. Can I expect you?
I would not miss it for the world. This is most fortuitous, as Miss Bromsby also invited me to the hall. I was told they had good news to share, and it seems to me an engagement announcement must be at hand.
So, we shall see you tomorrow. Let us return to Baker Street.